A woman I'll call Linda sat across from me a couple of years into my practice. She was 71, living alone, on a fixed Social Security income of about $1,400 a month. She told me she had been struggling to keep up with her Medicare premium, her prescriptions, and her heating bill, and she had started skipping doses of one of her medications to make the bottle last longer. That sentence stopped me cold. I asked her a few questions about her income, and within about 10 minutes, I realized she likely qualified for 3 different programs that would have eliminated her Medicare premium entirely and capped her prescription costs at a few dollars each. She had never heard of any of them. Nobody had ever told her they existed. That conversation changed how I thought about my entire job. Here is what I want you to understand before we go any further. There are real, legitimate, federally and state-funded programs that exist specifically to help seniors with exactly the kind of bills Linda was struggling with. These are not loopholes. They are not gimmicks. They are programs built into law, funded every year, sitting there waiting for people to apply. And the reason most seniors never use them is not because they don't qualify. It's because nobody sends a letter. Nobody calls. The application has to start with you. So today, I am going to walk you through 5 of these programs, exactly who qualifies, and exactly what to do to apply. I'm Anderson. I spent 5 years as a financial advisor in New York, working with families through retirement planning, Social Security strategy, and Medicare decisions. I started this channel because I kept seeing the same mistakes, made by good, hard-working people, simply because nobody had sat down and explained the rules in plain English. If that sounds useful to you, subscribe and hit the bell, because programs like these change every year, and I will keep you ahead of what's available. Let's get into it. The first bill is your Medicare Part B premium. Every single month, that amount is pulled directly out of your Social Security check before you ever see it. Most people simply accept this and never question whether it has to be that way. What many don't know is that there are federal programs called Medicare Savings Programs that will pay that premium for you, in full, every month, administered through your state's Medicaid office. There are a few tiers depending on your income. The most comprehensive is called QMB, Qualified Medicare Beneficiary, and it doesn't just cover your Part B premium, it covers your deductibles, your co-payments, and your co-insurance as well. If you are single with a monthly income under roughly $1,350 or under about $1,824 as a married couple, there is a strong chance you qualify. Even if your income is somewhat higher, there are 2 additional tiers, SLMB and QIE, that will still eliminate that monthly Part B premium entirely. The only reason most people don't have this is because you have to apply. It is not automatic. To find out, call 1-800-MEDICARE and say exactly this. I want to apply for a Medicare savings program. I think I may qualify to have my Part B premium paid. The second bill is prescription drug costs. A lot of people assume that having Part D coverage means they are taken care of, but covered and affordable are 2 very different things. There is a federal program called Extra Help, sometimes called the Low Income Subsidy, and if you qualify, your prescription situation changes dramatically. Under this program, there is no Part D premium, no annual deductible, and the most you would ever pay for a covered medication is around $5.10 for a generic or $12.65 for a brand-name drug, per prescription. Compare that to what many seniors are currently paying, sometimes $50, $80, even over $100 a month for a single medication, and you start to see how much is potentially being left on the table. Here is something useful to know. If you already qualify for one of the Medicare savings programs I just described, you are often automatically enrolled in Extra Help as well. If you haven't applied for either, you can do so directly through Social Security at ssa.gov, or by calling their main number. The third bill is heating and cooling costs. Energy prices have climbed significantly in recent years, and for anyone on a fixed income, that is not just uncomfortable, it is a real financial strain month after month. There is a federal program called LIHEAP, the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, and it pays your utility company directly on your behalf. This is not a coupon or a percentage discount. It is an actual payment made to your gas or electric provider. Income limits vary by state, But if you are a single person earning around $22,000 a year or less, there is a strong chance you qualify. And here is something that matters specifically for seniors. If you are 60 or older, many states give you priority access, sometimes allowing you to apply a full month before the general public. That matters because LIHEAP funding is first come, first served. Once a state's allocation for the year runs out, it is gone until the next cycle. To find your local LIHEAP office, simply dial 211, the National Social Services line, and they will direct you exactly where to go. The fourth bill catches a lot of people off guard, because it involves a Medicare surcharge most people have never even heard of. It's called IRMAA, the Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. If your income was above a certain threshold in a prior tax year, Medicare charges you more than the standard rate for Part B, sometimes significantly more, and it comes out of your Social Security check automatically. Here is what makes this particularly unfair for many retirees. Medicare bases this charge on your tax return from 2 years earlier. So if you retired since then, sold a property, did a one-time withdrawal from a retirement account, or experienced any event that temporarily increased your income, you could be paying an elevated premium right now, based on money you no longer have and no longer earn. The fix is a specific one-page form called SSA 44. It exists precisely for people who have experienced what Social Security calls a life-changing event: retirement, reduced work hours, loss of a pension, or the death of a spouse. You file the form, show documentation of your current income, and the surcharge gets reduced or eliminated. I have seen clients get $200, $300, even $400 a month back simply by filing this one form. You can download SSA 44 directly at ssa.gov or pick one up at any Social Security office. The fifth bill is property taxes, and for homeowners, this can be the largest of all 5. If you own your home and you are 65 or older, nearly every state in the country has some form of property tax relief available to you. Senior exemptions, assessment freezes, or circuit breaker credits that reduce your taxable value, cap how much your bill can climb each year, or in some cases eliminate a meaningful portion of your tax entirely. The pattern here is the same as everything else we've covered today. Nobody sends you a notice. Your county assessor knows your age, but they will not apply the exemption automatically. You have to know to ask. A simple call to your county assessor's office, asking exactly what senior property tax exemptions, freezes, or credits you qualify for, can be one of the most valuable phone calls you make all year. The number is right there on your property tax bill. So let's bring this together. The Medicare Part B premium that savings programs can eliminate completely. Prescription costs that extra help brings down to just a few dollars per medication. Energy bills that LIHEAP pays directly to your utility company on your behalf. The IRMAA surcharge that a simple form can reduce or remove. And property taxes, where relief exists in nearly every state, but only takes effect when you apply. None of these programs are going to come looking for you. They are real, they are funded, and they are waiting. The only thing standing between you and that money is one phone call or one form. Linda, the woman I told you about at the beginning of this video, ended up qualifying for 3 of the 5 programs we just covered. Her Medicare premium dropped to 0. Her prescriptions dropped to under $15 a month combined. She told me later that it was the difference between skipping doses and actually taking her medication the way her doctor prescribed it. That is what these 5 programs can mean for someone's life, not just their bank account. In the next video, we are going to cover one of the most important and most overlooked decisions a married couple ever makes about Social Security, spousal benefits, and the setup that the Social Security Administration never does for you automatically. If today's video helped you, please share it with someone you know who is on Medicare or Social Security, a parent, a neighbor, a friend. One conversation about these 5 programs could change someone's financial situation for years to come. Subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell, and I will see you in the next one.